Our journey starts here. It's a journey that takes us into the lives of musicians from different walks of life and brings them together to create a song. These musicians are dewarists. They have immense passion for what they do. They inspire others to follow their dreams, and this is why their stories deserve to be heard. Today's journey introduces us to two powerful forces of music. The first, an intense blend of straight-up rock and roll with the sensitivity of Hindustani classical music. Vishal-Shekhar have brought a brand new sound to Indian cinema for over a decade. Our second artist is Grammy award-winning musical genius Imogen Heap. Best known for her work with electro-pop band Frou Frou, Imogen has revolutionized pop music by not just being a phenomenal live performer, but a composer, audio engineer, producer, and everything in between. I'm Monica Dogra, a contemporary artist and one half of electro rock act Shire and Funk, and I am on a mission to discover the passion behind these musicians, watch them collaborate, and create a song. Because some things are just worth doing. Welcome to the Dewarists. We are a few hours away from Jaipur in a quaint village called Samod. It's this magical place that seems to have fallen off the map. Although the village is over 400 years old, it's amazing how it's still so full of life. Especially today, as it seems to be a day of celebration.
A little bit of insanity, but a lot of awesomeness. Today's Tej, which is a celebration of Parvati's reincarnation, which is really, really good because apparently, because I'm here, if I get married on this day at any point in time, I'll be blessed. But everybody seems to be in a really happy mood. There are camels, horses, and horns, and drums, and the music is beautiful. So it's a good time in Samod right now in Jaipur. It's great. Okay. Look at the chaos.
It's hard to believe that just a few minutes away from all of this chaos stands the majestic and serene Samod Palace, which will be our home for the next few days. This palace is unbelievable. There are all these crazy layers and secret dungeons and rooms where crazy things have happened. It's amazing, like ridiculous. A perfect mix of Rajasthani and Mughal architecture, this awesome palace is an ideal setting for two powerful forces of music to meet and write a song together.
बिना पानी वेंदो साईं मरी बाबा बिना पानी वेंदो साईं मरी बिना पानी वेंदो साईं मरी बाबा
Vishal is somebody who writes the most beautiful songs and writes them very quickly, and I don't know how he does it. Not only intelligent, but emotional. Like, this man feels so much.
टूटा टूटा एक परिंदा ऐसे टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया लूटा लूटा किसने उसको ऐसे लूटा कि फिर उड़ ना पाया गिरता हुआ वो आसमां से आकर गिरा जमीन पर ख्वाबों में फिर भी बादल ही थे वो कहता रहा मगर के अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा.
I think what was really fortunate for me was that there was a lot of music in the house all the time. Every now and then my dad would turn off all the lights in the house and he had this bunch of colored lights installed and he'd turn them on and just go DJ on us. We just jump around the house bouncing off the couches.
टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गया था हर सपना जब वो टूटा बिखरे टुकड़ों में अल्लाह की मर्जी का मंजर पाएगा अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा.
I don't know much about music technically at all. I always maintain that music was invented primarily to get laid. It's a very primal thing. It is. It's true. It's a form of peacocking. I mean, it's a talent. I literally learned to play about 4 chords and somebody called me and said, you want to be in a band? I was like, man, I can't play. So the guy said the magic words. He's like, I can't either. So I was like, okay then, sounds like fun. So we played that show. And I got off stage and my hands were trembling and the buzz was just so overwhelming that I went home and I'd been working with my dad for a bit. And I said to him, no offense and all, but it looks like this is what I want to do because it feels like it. So we formed this band. Turns out the guy who was actually forming the band was Shiraz, who plays drums with Pentagram. That's when we started to write songs for the first time.
We're gonna ask the questions that scare me.
With Pentagram, we literally do whatever we want to do. I mean, we can say anything and do anything. I don't know whether it has any commercial value at all or not, and I really don't care. And that's really the beauty of it. Anyone doing anything new has to face a bunch of people saying, no, you can't do that, it's wrong. And if you listen to them, you lose. If you do your own thing anyway and show them that they were wrong, you win. Shiraz said, this friend of mine's making a film, write him some songs. So I went and met the guy, he was really pleased. The thing is, the songs came out and went nuts. Like literally nuts. They all, 3 of them went to number 1. Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi was the first non-pentagram music I'd ever done. That's also where I met Shekhar on that project. He was working on it separately. So I was doing a few songs, he was doing a few songs, and we'd been friends for a while before. So we said, we were working on the same film, we should work together. And then since then, we've been working together. Zankar Beats is the one that really got us, noticed. We won the Filmfare R.D. Burman Award and so on and so forth. I remember just after Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi, we'd gone on this talk show and the host said, so where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? I said, I don't know about us, but I know that the scene, the music that you hear in the mainstream will be completely different from what it is now. I think he thought I was a pompous, which I am.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it was a nice long drive. Vishal, of course, I've known for a really long time, and I'm not exaggerating when I say he's one of my most favorite songwriters. Although Vishal is one of the best or most successful Bollywood producers in India right now, he doesn't come from the space of Bollywood. He's got the soul of a rock and roller, and he has to make a living, and he found a way of managing the two and preserving his identity, which is something that's really hard. I saw on the way here, looked like a river.
I met Imogen and she was lovely, and I turned into this gushing fan, of course. Took pictures, big smile. I actually illegally downloaded a bunch of Imogen Heap songs. Because her music is really stuff that deserves to be heard. Honestly, I think this experience will change me as a songwriter forever. I don't think that I will leave here writing songs the same way.
There was never any doubt in my mind. I didn't even have to really ask the question. It was just obvious to me. Me and music, we're going to go side by side through the rest of our lives together. I always liked recording anything that made a noise. In the beginning, I didn't have, a studio, and I often didn't have, as many instruments as I want. But I often found that in the house, other things would make also musical sounds. And sometimes that would be cards, sometimes that would be little balsa wood towns. Maybe I'd be playing the pots and pans in the kitchen, or maybe I'd be, playing my cello or beatboxing over it very badly. Sometimes I would just stand next to the radiator and just tap them with my fingernails, a dull sound and then a hard sound. So I'd be like, dun ka gung gung ka. Na da, na da, na da, lo lo lo, da de, na de. My manager Mark, he found me when I was 17 at school, because we did an end of year CD, and so on it there was a piece of music that I'd written, arranged, played, recorded, mixed, produced. He thought there was potential, I suppose, in it, and then off the back of that I got a record deal when I was 17, straight out of school, and just thought I'd give it a go, and I did, and I'm still here. Over the years, I just had constant problems with labels, constantly battling them. And I just felt, why should I have to battle for the rest of my life? Why should I keep having to fight with the people who I'm meant to be doing something I love? So I got fed up of it. I got fed up. So that's why I left. But then I needed some cash. So I went to lots of banks and said, I'm a musician. I really need some money to make some more money. And they didn't want to give any money to me. And I tried 5 or 6 different banks. And in the end, feeling rather deflated, I walked past my flat in London, and a little light bulb went up in my head, and I just thought, I wonder how much my flat may be going for now. So I'd got 100 grand profit from my flat. So I took all the money out, had a much bigger mortgage, but I risked everything because I wanted to do it on my own. I just wanted to put everything on the line because I've never done that before. And then ever since I put my money where my mouth was, things have really worked out.
First train home, I've got to get on it. First train home, I've got to get on it.
when I won the Grammy at the time, I didn't think I was going to win in a million years. They just said something, they said a name which kind of almost could have been mine on another planet. Imogen Heap, which my name is pronounced Imogen Heap. But they said some weird variation on that. And I turned to Mark and I was like, what does that mean? Is that me? And he's like, yeah, I think you've won. And we just literally walking like with this Twitter collar. I've been trying to make this collar because I wanted to have messages sent to me from my Twitter followers around my neck when I walked down the red carpet so that we could all walk down the red carpet together. An umbrella, I had like a biodegradable parasol. And I couldn't believe it, just couldn't. It was all such a kind of, you know, like a dream, just went really, really quickly. But the truth is, I don't really know what I'm doing half the time, I'm just making it up. In the end, it just all comes down to, I just want to make music.
And I've been a fan of yours forever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna play it cool. Be like, hi, nice to meet you. But really inside, I'm like,
Crying.
really,
and like,
you're amazing. And
It's
thank you
hard
so
to
much
describe
for being
Imogen Heap. She started off in a band called Frou Frou, which is how I first met her music. And she's got this insanely unique personality that's reflected in her clothes, that's reflected in her music. And it's absolutely true when you meet her in real life. She's just like this excited little girl who loves music so much there's barely any room for anything else in her mind.
She's a bit of a workaholic, which is something I realized when she got off the plane and said, I didn't actually get any work done on the plane.
Heard that Imogen and Vishal had already started making an impromptu studio space inside of Imogen's room, which is all seafoam green, blue, and there was a mattress on the floor, and she brought a ton of random instruments that make phenomenal sounds.
I bought this.
Oh, nice.
Pick a key, any key?
D.
D? Okay. So this is a D minor.
Really weird sounds.
Oh, that's beautiful. How is it doing that?
Some beautiful, some just strange. You're amazing, and he's one of the best songwriters I know easily, so this collaboration is gonna be sick.
Check.
I was a bit worried actually because I hadn't worked with anyone in the studio for a really long time. But that's also part of the reason why I accepted the challenge.
It's my secret stash.
Vishal's a real character. That's...
Come on.
And maybe to the face he looks like a bit scary, but he's very nice. We came to the studio, so that's been our first day kind of in this space. He's done a little bit and I've done a little bit, but today we really kind of did it together. Maybe it's like cliche, but clap, 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 clap.
That's a beat that we kind of locked in. It's a dancey beat, but it's also got an innate, like a low-end aggression to it. You know, that particular kind of swing, that Marathi swing.
Is this meant to replace the one you have already?
This is just jamming. I really love some of the words he came up with. You know, we both do that to each other's ideas. We're both just kind of sparring, and I think that's it. It's really working.
It's a very, like a Marathi part, which is like a fisherman thing from Bombay.
Even though we're in Rajasthan, the sounds of Bombay are still, you know, because I mean, that's something I carry inside me anyway.
They actually use very commonly a thing that goes jijire.
So I've got these little bits in between. He's got this chant that goes jijire, jijire, jijire.
I was hearing sounds wafting from Imogen's room, so I know that they've been working on the tune all day.
Well, so far, we've got a verse we really love. We haven't sung anything fully yet.
Doing a song for a show is one thing, and then doing a song for love of the song is a is a beautiful thing.
Da 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 biji da 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 da. Whatever.
For me, the song itself is pretty much above the exercise of creating it. It's turning into its own kind of monster.
It's our second day here, and Vishal and Imogen have decided to venture out into the bylanes of Jaipur to visit an antique music store, which is loaded with fantastic instruments, some of which are over 100 years old.
Big one. Oh, there's two together. We kind of did every single type of possible way of playing it you could, like plucking it, bending it. And he played millions of them.
You hear a sound and you think about how you might want to use it in a song. She thinks about all the things that that sound could be.
And then oh, that thing. That's what I wanted.
This is a Gopi-chan.
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 ये लेफ्ट हैंड वाला
आपको इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजाइए मैं कार बजाता हूँ आपके
When you find music like this, you have to find a way to take it with you. And Imogen and Vishal did just that by recording samples to layer into their composition in order to give it a unique Rajasthani flavor.
That's actually a very popular sport in Gujarat. It's called dandiya and go kind of like this.
Should we get a load of drums? And I mean, we've got quite a lot of drums on the track there, haven't we? So tinkly things are good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, tinkly things. Oh, that's a good one. Dance around for this.
Excellent.
I love her vibe. She's like a spirit, she's just like, you know, and so happy doing what she does, which is, you know, because we're all like that, and music does that to you. Sometimes the idea needs a kind of sound, and sometimes the sound becomes an idea, and it's just wonderful to watch. We recorded a 200-year-old harmonium which was all out of tune.
वो बजाओ हम सब साथ में ताली बजा के सब थोड़ा चिल्लम चिल्ली करेंगे I think we got a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Imogen dancing, I think, is going to be the key aspect. We should drop the whole rhythm track out and keep just that. That's the bomb, yo.
This records what you say on here, like a cassette recorder. Wait.
She just wants to find sounds she likes. Just wants to capture where she is in that moment. and put it in that song.
So it's like goes like this. G G re 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 G. Yeah, we just came out of the music shop and there was quite an unexpected surprise of about 30 children, all roughly the same age and all roughly the same size. And they sang with equal enthusiasm. No, it was really amazing. Can you tell me about the poem?
Okay, what it is there's a Rabindranath Tagore poem called Minds Without Fear that the original idea was kind of derived from.
How old is it, the poem?
It's old. It was when India was really fighting for independence and that whole movement was really strong. So I'd say 1935.
Yeah. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Nearly every inch of us on the line. Bucking on the string of everything.
So maybe in those gaps, maybe we could drop like an Indian melody.
I haven't written with anyone on lyrics for about 10 years, so I was it's quite odd for me in the beginning and I felt a bit self-conscious. Plucking at the string of everything that could have been, and are we man enough to? I like that, are we man enough?
Take the step back.
The chorus is, if we move like lightning, if we go forward, not back.
We sat and wrote a few words together earlier. You know me, I've only ever written with either with the band Pentagram or with Shekhar as Vishal-shekhar. This has been a completely new and unique experience for me as a songwriter.
If we move like lightning charging through the angry sky and intercept on the arrow of time. That's really bad song. Or we might just make this out with our heads held high. Our story continues with minds without fear.
It's gone into quite a different place here. She's made it very personal. Like I said, Shekhar's ill. He's got this really bad viral. He's been asked by his doctor to kind of stay in bed. But he sang a part on the song. There's a bit that goes, "Kahan le jaye nasiba." So his voice is on there. So he's here in spirit.
I feel like I want to just play.
You know
on
what?
the
Can you
chords.
try that in your voice?
What?
Banja bijli badal ko cheer do.
Oh my god. I'll try. Banja bijli batal ko jidirilu. I'm really good at mimicking, but I'm terrible at remembering. So I need to kind of do it a few hundred times to get it into my brain to remember.
Go.
But yeah, from what people are saying, it sounds quite convincing.
Lada.
La la.
Lada. Yeah, but the da is a little complicated to say. I gave her a few Hindi lines to sing and she's singing them and quite instinctively she's getting a lot of it really right just on the first go. Da, da. So the tongue actually kind of drops from la, la, la,
la, la. Like this, it's like between an A and a U, and then a U, and and we don't have da, da, da.
That's it. That's it.
You play with your tongue a lot when you speak. And I think it's a really beautiful language. It sounds really tasty. It just kind of.
You do everything yourself usually.
Yeah.
From start to finish, from recording it to mixing it, everything. Yeah. She's completely self-sufficient. As an engineer, as a producer, all of it is one person, one idea that's carried through to fruition by one pair of hands. Oh my God.
I really, really like to take my time with the vocals. I want them to sound, and I can sing them, you know, but I like to make sure that every single tiny little inflection is just the way I want it. Every T is exactly how I want it to sound, every S.
She's a real force of nature.
I'm gonna whirl this around.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
I feel like whirling this.
You know, she's coming from places that you don't expect, and that's it's really beautiful.
Just bent it.
Imogen and Vishal have kind of been tirelessly striving towards perfecting the song, the writing of the song, the production of the song. I haven't seen Imogen at all today. She worked through the night. I'm sure she's feeling very tired. But in true Imogen Heap form, she's not stopping.
Often people were like, how do you do it? How are you still awake after like 36 hours and still wanting to go back into the studio? And when I'm working on a piece of music, it's a different space. I think it's just a very different part of my brain. Even though I am thinking on some level, it's more like I'm kind of following a thread. But it's not tiring, actually. It doesn't seem to be tiring. It's just, I can just keep going until I'm literally falling asleep on the keyboard, and then I'll go to bed, because obviously I can't work if I'm falling asleep on the keyboard.
Hello.
Hello.
You working late again last night?
I did, yes. I worked till 6.
Oh, you did, didn't you? You are habitual.
I was working late last night, for instance, and it was like 4 in the morning, even just in the last kind of few hours of the song. It's almost like these kind of different dimensions of voices. So the first voice you hear is Shekhar, and then the second voice you hear is Vishal and me together singing this other melody. And then the third voice you hear is just me, and then the fourth voice you hear is Shekhar, and then the fifth voice you hear is all three of us together. And then the next thing is here. It's like all this kind of different combinations. I really love it.
It absolutely sounds like something she'd have written, but at the same time, I can understand how Vishal had written it. And I guess most importantly, it's just an awesome song. It's something that you'd want to listen to on repeat for an entire day.
But we're just kind of, the song has a kind of, the song is kind of already finished somewhere. And it's like I'm peeling the layers of an onion or something to kind of find the core, but it's kind of already there.
It's like Michelangelo used to say, the statue's already in the marble. You just have to see it.
Yeah, we're like Michelangelo.
Yeah, exactly. Same. That's right. That's what it was. Everyone at some point in time tangles with destiny. The idea of Minds Without Fear is about people and destiny, and the relationship between people and destiny.
So this image of two people or a whole nation of people just charging through this angry sky like lightning, the dark of humanity, the darkness of humanity.
rescue treasured fractals of our lives. Tamaja murja nasiba.
kahane aaye naseeb.
If we move like lightning, charging through the angry sky, and intercept on the arrow of time.
kahane aaye naseeb.
Well, we just might make this out with our heads held high. So this story continues with minds without fear.
बादल लहराए मात का जो
बंजा बिजली बादल को चिरू
रूह को कर दे यूं रोशन बस मुश्किल है नामुमकिन तो नहीं
बंजा बिजली नसीबा.
kahane aaye naseeb.
If we move like lightning, charging through the angry sky, and intercept on the arrow of time.
kahane aaye naseeb.
Well, we just might make this out with our heads held high. And this story continues with minds without fear. Tune into the brightness within us. Become reveal and expand. With close to this is my universe.
kahane aaye naseeb.
If we move like lightning, charging through the angry sky, and intercept on the arrow of time. Well, we just might make this out with our heads held high. So this story continues with minds without fear.
It's like a really strange dream, you know. It's like one of those dreams you wake up from and go like, what was I thinking, dude? You know. But hey, guess what? I mean, that's really honestly, I gotta thank the powers that be for the beauty of my job, because I get to write a song with Imogen Heap, jump around in the middle of a street with her, you know, all day long. Every day I get to spend with music. I'm just like, I mean, it's the happiest job in the world.
Sometimes the best way to discover a city is through someone else's eyes.
Pakistanis really love music.
I think the first time we ever sang together was when we were about 6 years old.
You know, the thought which crossed both me and Swanand's mind was, will there ever be a day we're going to actually work with these two artists?
बड़ा मजा आया उनसे मिलके, बड़ी अच्छी लड़कियां हैं, तो गाना बनाने के लिए perfect material.
When two people meet from Pakistan and India, they don't talk about military, politics. They just say, hey, hi, how are you? What's up, ठीक है ना?
Hollywood posters की दुकान है आगे, आओ ढूंढते हैं.
Most of it is artwork and painted, no?
It's been so much fun. The song just came together very organically. And we all love it.